Ahoy, ahoy, and welcome to a brand new edition of Ramble on Reactions Rotten! Yeah! We don't do too many of these because there aren't a whole lot of ones we like to get into and go into spoilers because we'd rather you see it and let us know what you think later on.
Yeah, I was going to say, the last one we did was Rogue One.
Yes, it was Rogue One. So it's like ones that have a lot of history behind them. Like, for instance, we're going to be talking about Logan. So we definitely want to get into some spoilers, kind of throw it into the X-Men canon, and that's clever Eric Miller sitting there over there.
And that's Anthony Day talking right there.
So, oh god, so I cried. I fucking cried.
I cried once. I was trying to fight it, but I couldn't.
Oh, and that's the thing. Because I knew going in. He saw it before I did. I knew going in.
I think I even warned you that you're gonna cry.
You did warn me, and I know both you and Nate did that, and you both said neither one of them expected this to make them cry. And then I saw it, and I was like, first, when Professor X dies, I was like, that was kind of sad, but I kind of saw it coming.
Well, right, we saw in the trailers, because there's a shot of Logan and X-23 over someone's grave, and you see them rolling with Charles. Who's missing?
It wasn't quite that. It was more immediate. It was more in the scene. The way
the way he goes out.
But we talk about it in the non-spoilers review, but the acting they're doing is like Patrick Stewart he's playing frail, he's playing old, he's playing to what Professor X would be at this point in his life.
Right, because he's close to 90-something years old, and he's the cause of the X-Men being no more. And, he has a nice day, and then it's just him finally realizing that Logan keeps lying to him, and that, no, I'm a monster. I don't deserve to have nice things anymore. Like, he has this self-realization. Yeah. And then he gets killed.
From all intents and purposes, what he thinks is Logan.
Yep.
So, which is just X-24, which is a nice little twist. But you're getting some great moments before that, and I'm trying to think of where we want to go from here because there's so much in this to discuss. X-23.
Yes, let's talk about X-23 stealing the show. Holy crap! This little girl comes out of nowhere.
When she
drops that bag, I'm like, oh!
Did you see in the trailer?
Yeah, you see in the trailer. You know it's coming, but it's more badass on the screen. And then the claws come out.
Yeah, she starts flipping around and limbs are flying everywhere, and like she's killing grown men that are twice her size. You're just like,
great!
This is amazing.
Like, right. And then I love later on in the film when her and Logan team up. Kids like, oh, father-daughter killing spree. Yay!
That's. I will say I don't have an issue, but it's sometimes you get very formulaic things, and there's one formula that Logan did follow that you can pick up with almost anything else. Like you have your skirmishes that pop up throughout the movie, and then at the end you almost always have your hero somehow getting superpowered, where it's like they're getting charged with something and he gets the whatever antidote it is that's going to heal him quicker, and you can see him like, I'm going to take that all at once, and then he's super strong. I did like that they didn't make it last the whole final fight.
Well, no, it's not like, oh, it's going to heal me faster. It's like, no, he's already dying anyway. This is just something to slow him down the dying and get him back to his old glory days. Because that's one of the things I really loved about this movie, is that it shows what it's like to live for 200 years and how much life sucks.
And slowly be poisoned by your powers, essentially. Because there's reasons why this metal is not in people, period, because it will eventually kill them. And it makes you wonder where they're going to go with that comic story, because they have a lot of stories. Like X-23 has a mountain spin-off she could be
There's a lot. I don't know where they're going with this, because I know the X-Men timeline's all wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey.
Exactly.
But I just want this to be a standalone.
I would love that as well. Yes. The only thing I was going to say about that was, going back to X-23, we are past the point where you can't really make excuses for child actors.
No, not anymore. We are done making excuses for them. If you're watching bad children acting, that is on the kid.
That's on the
the director.
It's on the casting and the producers, and not finding the right people. You see stuff like Stranger Things. You see things like Midnight Special.
Room.
You see things like Room. You see things like Logan. Like there is a plethora of talent out there and people who are willing to do this. Yeah. And you get to the smaller roles. Boyd Holbrook, Stephen Merchant, they were both great in the little parts they had. Stephen Merchant had that great turnaround where he sacrifices himself. It's great.
Fear the light.
Yeah. Eric LaSalle.
Yes.
In a great little part that we didn't really discuss.
I remember when I saw it, when we saw it, during the opening credits. Me and Nate were like, Eric LaSalle's in this? Really? Well, he's going to die quick.
Yeah. Well, you haven't seen him in years, but I think it was the way they set that up, it became really necessary. It's like, this is the family dynamic. We're going to show the family dynamic and show how quickly these kind of people are poison to that dynamic, even though it's like had nothing to do with them. It was a nice little precursor to the rest of the movie, to the end of the movie. And then Hugh Jackman just... This should be the last time.
Yeah, because he's never going to top this. Never.
No, that's we talked about it earlier. Pat Stewart, I got a little whelp, but when he is at the very end of the movie, when he is finally like seeing the end of his life, and then you get X-23 coming over, and that was a little sad, and then it totally welled up again as soon as she yanks the cross out and turns it sideways and puts the X down, and I'm like,
Of course, my favorite scene with the two of them is the part where, like, after he gets messed up, he's in the urgent clinic. He comes out, and she starts talking for the first time, because she doesn't talk this entire film.
Yeah.
He goes, "What are you doing? What are you talking?" And then she keeps, like, listing out these names and pointing to the directions where she wants him to go. And then she starts punching him in the nose. And he goes, "You know what? Fuck you! Alright? We're fucking going. We're doing this." And he just goes like, "Yeah, it's pretty...
Don't punch me in the face.
It's not nice to punch people. Fuck you, we're going."
Well, he does get her to stop at first, where he goes, "Shut the fuck up!" and he just screams at her. Right. There's like things you wish you could do, and that's why I think it'll be interesting to see on repeat viewings the dynamic of father-daughter, because it's very...
Well, it was already there, but yeah, it's fantastic in this.
It's super, super prevalent.
Oh, but it's one of these. It's what you want somebody to do. You end on the high note. You can't get any better than Logan for Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart.
Exactly. That's the thing. Every single, with exceptions of glimpses in maybe Days of Future Past and maybe First Class, you don't get a lot of unhinged X-Men moments. They're very contained. They're very PG. They're very teamwork wins over everything.
Well, the X-Men movies are pretty self-explanatory. They follow the same plot. It's nice for them to go outside the bubble, especially this one. And again, because there's stakes in this, and people don't come back.
There's stakes.
Especially Logan.
There's stakes. It's very stripped down. It's raw is a great word to describe this movie, because it's
raw and brutal.
It's raw, it's brutal. You're seeing the end. You're getting, and that's what you said earlier in the non-spoilers, you're getting a Western, but you're getting the old beat down sheriff. You're finally starting to get...
That's why I love the overlaying of playing Shane, that Western Shane, and then that great speech he gives at the end is end up X-23's eulogy for Logan.
And what you're getting now is you're getting to the point where I would say it started slightly with Ant-Man, slightly with Guardians, where you're getting different genres starting to blend into those comic books. You're going to start losing the comic book genre into some of these films. We don't have anything coming out
like Winter Soldier, you could say.
Exactly, Winter Soldier.
Or the Dark Knight. But what I want Logan to be is an example for Kevin Feige. Like, you watch this, because you know Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, they're not going to be those characters forever.
Infinity War is going to be real interesting.
Right. You want to send them off the right way. This is how you do it.
And I don't think we'll get anything that brutal. I don't think we'll get anything this brutal.
I'm not saying it has to be brutal, but you give them the chance to give their best performance. I
agree, because that's the thing is, especially near the end when you're getting a lot of Hugh Jackman doing fantastic work. I still think this is going to be one of those stretches. I still think it'll be a little while before we see anything other than Heath Ledger's Joker being nominated or winning for an Oscar for performing. But certainly, depending on how the rest of the year goes for performances, this could be in the discussion for many other awards.
Yes.
Like, Deadpool became a little gimmicky, but that's one of the reasons why, because it's another one of the genre blendings where it was very much a romance movie. Like, it's all about him trying to get the girl, more or less. So, it'll be interesting to see where they're going. I think the next one that may have that big hint of genre will be Thor, because it's the buddy cop, like, road story. So that'll be interesting. Guardians, I think, will be kind of Guardians 2. I think it'll be its own thing.
Guardians 2 is going to be Guardians 2. Who would have imagined? What world we live in?
Hey, we're here to talk and give knowledge. So that's my knowledge for today. So...
We did say it was going to be good.
I never claimed I knew what I was talking about. I just like talking about this stuff. So anything else that you feel like we need to cover with Logan?
No, much like Hugh Jackman, we're going to end on the high point.
We should end on a high point, and I think this franchise should too. They can do more X-Men, but I think Logan, unless they're redoing the character, I think this should be Hugh Jackman's final ride. Which goes back to, you remember the very first thing they put out about this movie? You remember the photo? With him with the one claw extended. One last time.
One last time.
I think it should be too. Thank you very much for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share. Let us know what your favorite part of Logan was. We'll tell you.
How many times did you cry?
I was at 2. So, he was at 1. I'm a baby. It's okay. Clever Eric Muller sitting right over there.
Handsome Dan Nye over there.
As always, ahoy, ahoy.
Ramble on.